Hey everybody! So what you're about to see is a clip that I took out of the main super project back in late August. You know the one. It's time to stop taking Jimmy Dore seriously. To cut down on time, I felt like this clip kind of dragged it down just a little bit. I kind of compromised a bit just to shorten the video because it's already like 2 hours long. But there's still a lot of good content in it, and I figured I'd just release it as a bonus video. Um, it's a little dated at this point. I don't know why I didn't upload this sooner, but the reason I'm doing it now is because I wanted to just put some content out there in the meantime because I'm going to be out of town for about a week. This weekend I'm going to Aftershock Music Festival in Sacramento, and it's going to be great. I'm super excited. I'm just hoping to God that my tickets actually work. Without further ado, enjoy the clip. It's actually pretty decent, if I say so myself. Check it out. I will see you all very soon.
Jimmy Dore, you're going to take so much abuse for doing this show, but I hope you'll come back.
Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit special here. Jimmy was just on Tucker Carlson again, and together, you and I, we are going to live react to the clip that Fox News put out. So I've never seen this before. This is going to be a little special. So these are just so the audio from the microphone doesn't pick up the speakers. Just the desktop audio on nerd shit. Comedian tells Tucker Carlson his take on identity politics. This should be interesting.
The conversation on the left revolves almost exclusively around...
Tucker changed his entire set? God, like, this is so try-hard. Like, wow, it seems so country and homey and, like, look at him. He's got a button-up flannel and everything. Like, well, what the hell, dude? Like, okay, whatever. All right.
Identity, which is, in other words, me. Narcissism is about me. Yeah, but you kept talking about economics. That used to be the central conversation.
This is actually true. When the pandemic started, like, first happening, Jimmy actually had on Dylan Radigan a handful of times, who's actually pretty great. I actually really respect Dylan Radigan, and he seemed very, very knowledgeable, and I actually did enjoy him having him on as a guest. So, yes, lo and behold, I actually used to watch a lot of Jimmy Dore. Why you think I'm making this video?
On the left, or in America, actually. Yeah, why no more? Because the establishment has learned how to co-opt identity politics to put the brakes on economic progress and justice. So the joke I do, so if you want to help, I would say if you want to help black people, nothing would help them more than free college, student loan relief, and Medicare for all, and a living wage.
So, I mean, no surprise, Jimmy's a class reductionist. Nothing serves the right more than telling the left, as a progressive, as a leftist, hey, like, if you want to work together to build on these economic issues, you gotta drop the identity politics shit. You gotta drop the social justice, the racial justice, fight for equal rights, etc., etc. And once you do this, you basically surrender. The right wins the culture war. That's it. They win. Like, if you concede to the right on these issues, the left is done.
Want to help them? That would be the way to help them. But Joe Biden comes in, does none of those things, but he makes Juneteenth a holiday. So do you understand what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do understand.
So it's all signals, but there's no substance. We're signaling that we want to help the minority community, but we're not actually helping them.
This is somewhat true. I actually spoke about it in my critical race theory video. But the thing is, just because the establishment gives all these symbolic gestures, like making Juneteenth a holiday, or, you know, corporations recognizing the struggles of black communities, it doesn't actually amount to anything when the only thing that can really change is policy. Because policy is what generates better outcomes. That's what needs to change.
That's what identity politics is. It's a big diversion. And the joke I say, you know, if it was 1860, the Democrats would be bragging about their first transgendered slave owner.
Oh, God. Oh, no. God,
And that when you vote for them, when you vote for somebody inside the Democratic Party, no matter what they say, no matter what they believe, they're going to go along with Nancy Pelosi. And Nancy Pelosi goes along with Goldman Sachs and Raytheon. So when you're voting for someone inside the Democratic Party, you're voting for Goldman Sachs and Raytheon because they are not standing up to those people. So the idea that we have progressives inside the Democratic Party, it's actually more deleterious to the progressive movement to have them there. Why is that, Jimmy? Because it gives people a false impression that there's somebody in government fighting for you, that there's one of the parties that are kind of on your side, and they aren't. And the quicker people realize that both parties are not on their side, they only serve the oligarchy. We are in fact in an oligarchy. Your democracy was stolen way before Trump. Until that happens, we won't ever have real change.
So he's not really basing this on anything. He thinks that he's basically saying that the progressives that we have right now in Congress, they're plants. They're controlled opposition. He doesn't provide, like, he doesn't say why. If you ask him why, he'll probably just go on another one of his tantrums like you've seen throughout the rest of this video already. And the funny thing is, like, Jimmy is not going to call Tucker out on the fact that his show is being propped up by billionaires. Absolutely not. Because Jimmy is trying to build his audience. That's why he's on Tucker Carlson. He's not going to hold Tucker Carlson accountable for the horrendous shit that he's said. He's not going to hold Tucker Carlson accountable for the anti-working class sentiment that's been prominent throughout his show. Because I don't know if Jimmy recognizes this, and he probably does, but he probably just doesn't care. But a lot of Tucker's anti-woke, anti-progressive rhetoric that's in his show is inherently anti-working class. Take the 2020 protests, for example. A lot of that was the strife of the working class and a lot of frustration that was built up over time. It wasn't just racial injustice or police brutality. A lot of it was like it had to do with economic factors. Unemployment was through the roof. People were struggling to get by. They couldn't pay their bills. Evictions were looming. But Tucker, of course, didn't give a fuck about any of that.
But what about Ocasio-Cortez? She's on Instagram. Ocasio-Cortez campaigned on a floor vote on Medicare for all. And she campaigned on creating what she called a ruckus, meaning you have to stop being polite. This is a quote. You have to stop being polite. We tried being polite, and it got us nowhere. And it wasn't until we started acting out and speaking impolitely that we even created the circumstances for change. That's what she tweeted. So I'm just doing what she said. So I started to put heat on people like AOC and Rashid Tlaib and Ro Khanna and all the Justice Democrats in the squad to force the vote. And they said I was committing violence against them with my words. That's how scared they got.
Well, the thing is, Jimmy, when you act the way that you did in the video that I showed you of you melting down over AOC, and your highly impressionable audience picks up on that, of course they're going to send violent, hateful messages to the Justice Democrats, to the squad. Like, how do you not put two and two together? How do you not understand the impact that you have on your audience? Like, God, how fucking dishonest can you be right here, dude?
Were you? That's how scared. You really telling them to do what they ran on? That's violence?
Tucker's fake laugh.
That's how afraid they were. And all the things. So they had people write hit pieces on me in the New York Magazine, Newsweek, BuzzFeed. They tried to shut me down and squelch me. They made me trend on Twitter negatively. But they couldn't shut me up. And they couldn't stop me. And they don't know what to do with me. Because, again, all the usual, they have Wikipedia putting smears on me that I can't get rid of. CNN's calling me. It's unbelievable.
Oh, man. It's them that's doing it. It's the squad that's putting up all these smears. It's not the shit that you're saying every single day. It can't be it can't be you, Jimmy. You can't take responsibility for anything you say. Of course not, because you're always right. And if the squad, if progressives don't do what you say, that's on them. That's their problem. I see how it is. Okay.
What's going on? Just a comedian, a pothead comedian in his garage. What you can do when you want to tell the truth inside journalism and politics, and you can create a ruckus. And I did.
Got to put the shtick in there.
Now everybody sees that those people are fakers and they're corrupt. And the reason why I say they're corrupt is not because they take corporate money and do the bidding of corporations, but they're doing the bidding of their own.
They one progressive in the squad that does that.
Career. right? Their own self-dealing.
Yeah.
So if I go along with the establishment, I'm going to get a book deal, I'm going to get speaking fees, and I'm going to be in Congress for at least 5 years, and then I get a pension for the rest of my life. That is corrupt, and that's why they're not pushing back. Because Nancy Pelosi can come in and crush you. Hey, we'll fund somebody in a primary to your left, just like she did to Joe Crowley, AOC, right? So that...
Wait a second. Okay. First off,
fees, and I'm going to be in Congress for at least...
okay, are there any progressives? Is there anybody in the squad? Are there any Justice Democrats that are actively doing that right now? Are they taking corporate money? Are they taking speaking fees? Are they making book deals because they made peace with the establishment, or what? What is your evidence for that, Jimmy? Are they actually doing that? And what's this shit about Pelosi?
Get a pension for the rest of my life. That is corrupt, and that's why they're not pushing back. Because Nancy Pelosi can come in and crush you. Hey, we'll fund somebody in a primary to your left. Just...
Oh. Okay. Wait. Why would Nancy Pelosi primary any of the Justice Democrats with someone who's to the left of the Justice Democrats? Look at, like, what is he even saying? What?
Just like she did to Joe Crowley, AOC, right? So that's what they're all afraid of. They're afraid of the power of the establishment taking away what little power and that they have in Congress. Hey, Sean.
Is that okay? And is that an unreasonable thing to think? God, this was insufferable, and like it's only going to build up his audience more of conservative brainlets than actual progressives, because he doesn't care. God, it's so transparent.